So I'd like to take a minute and share with you a little bit of my journey at understanding my empathic abilities. So, of course, as a child, I had no idea. I just knew I had to please everybody and work really hard to keep the peace. And when it was chaotic, I had to leave. And I escaped into a fantasy world. And I was sick a lot. I always had an upset stomach. And then when I was very young, probably around 8 or 9, I developed psoriasis. And of course, I went through all the things, all the medical, the ultraviolet light, the hydrocortisone creams, the diet, the horrible smelling lotions. I mean, all sorts of things. And it didn't really work. It just kept growing. And I didn't understand. And I still have it. But over time, well, the psoriasis has been a catalyst for me to study into, all sorts of healing modalities, and has really been a gift in that way. But then I began to realize, here I was eating right, I was reducing the stress in my life, I was getting exercise, I was, enjoying the sun, I was all these things that were supposed to help psoriasis, and it wasn't going away. And I kept scratching my head. What am I doing wrong? And then it hit me just recently that what if, as an empath, I was taking in all this energy I had no clue I was doing, first of all. And second of all, I didn't know what to do with it when I got it. And my body, in its infinite wisdom, was able to find an outlet. And it sent it out through my skin. It's heat coming out through my skin, detoxing, releasing. And when I realized that, it's like, wow, my body is really smart. It's really wise. It knows. It's doing the best it can to deal with what's going on. And as I realized, and then I put 2 and 2 together, is the psoriasis has continued to grow and expand as I've been raising my awareness and my consciousness levels. So the more you raise your consciousness, the more evolved you get, the more you receive. And finally I put those 2 things together. It's like, oh, no wonder it's getting worse. So then I figured I have to find a way to release this. And so quite by synchronicity, I was given this idea from a light language class that I'd taken, where we journeyed to another lifetime where we were experts, we were masters at sound healing and light healing. And so I thought, well, why can't I just go do that for how to transmute energies as an empath? And so I did that, of course. And I learned that that in this other lifetime where I was a master at transmuting these energies, because we've all done this before. This isn't our first go-round with being an empath and transmuting energies and doing this service for the world. We've done it a lot of times in a lot of places. And so I realized that I don't have to take these energies into my physical body. I can because I am designed this way, I can give myself permission to transmute these energies without being impacted by them. Because we are designed to be able to transmute energies without being harmed. And so this is the biggest message that I want to try and convey to all of you who are listening, because it's really important. Because we have a huge job to do. We have, especially now in this time, our job is to raise the consciousness of our world. And we have been fully designed and equipped with all the tools we need to do that. We just have to give ourselves permission and acknowledge that being an empath is not a curse. It's not a punishment. It is actually a very powerful and a very important service that we are providing to the world. And once we acknowledge that and appreciate this gift, then we can turn it and actually really start stepping into our service. So I'm going to talk a little bit more in the next video about more about this concept of how we can go about transmuting energies without being physically impacted.